Welcome into ESPN Headlines. I'm Michelle Steele. The San Antonio Spurs have reached terms on a deal with soon-to-be former Chicago Bull Marco Belinelli. And here to talk about it now is Nick Friedel. He's with ESPNChicago.com. So, Nick, I want to ask you, how surprised are you to hear about this move, the Bulls letting Belinelli go, especially given their production from three-point range?
Michelle, honestly, I wasn't that surprised. Now, a lot of Bulls fans are and will be once they find out about this, but the Bulls really appreciated what Belinelli did. He did a lot of things well, but he did not shoot the three ball well. And if you're Tom Thibodeau and you have Derrick Rose in the fold and you know he's coming back and he's going to drive to the rim, you need guys to space out the floor. And while Marco was able to knock down jumpers and was a better defender under Thibodeau than he's been throughout his career, he did not shoot the three ball the way they needed. Now, they went with Mike Dunleavy, who shot about 43% last season in Milwaukee. So Marco was a guy that Tibbs ended up counting on, especially down the stretch in that series against Brooklyn that the Bulls won. But I wasn't as surprised as a lot of people will be when they find out that Belinelli is now in San Antonio.
Now, I'm glad that you brought up Dunleavy. Is he going to be enough, do you think, to help the Bulls out at the perimeter?
I think he will be. They think that he can be that guy who just sets up on the outside and knocks down shots off the penetration, either from Rose or if Luol Deng or Jimmy Butler can get to the rim, he can be out there with them sometimes and space out the floor. But again, that's the one thing the Bulls have been missing since they traded Kyle Korver away last summer. They needed a three-point shooter. Marco is a really solid player, but he is not a great long-range shooter and wasn't last year in Chicago. The key for him is, Michelle, the Spurs aren't really going to need him to be that guy. They just want him to be the same guy he was with the Bulls last year under Tom Thibodeau. And to Belinelli's credit, he really performed well for Tibbs once he earned that trust. And I think Greg Popovich, in a lot of ways, is like Tom Thibodeau. If you play hard and you do what you're supposed to do defensively, he'll let you get some minutes on the floor. So I believe Belinelli's going to thrive in San Antonio, but I think the Bulls, from their perspective, are happy what they have in Dunleavy.
So you think maybe the biggest splash that the Bulls make in the offseason is going to be basically getting this team ready for the return of Derrick Rose?
No question. And Bulls fans should get used to that right now because, Michelle, the move for them in the offseason was Mike Dunleavy. That is the real big move they'll make. They don't have a lot of salary cap flexibility. They don't have a lot of other moves left in the tank. They're already pretty deep into the luxury tax, at least for where Jerry Reinsdorf, the owner, likes to be. So the Bulls feel like they have a title contender with Dunleavy now there. They feel like they have a guy who can stretch the floor. They would have loved to have brought back Belinelli and Nate Robinson, but I think Nate in the next few days will end up going somewhere else because the Bulls don't have a lot of other money to offer. So They're comfortable. They want to keep this team healthy, and they feel with Derrick Rose coming back, if he and Luol Deng can stay healthy with Joakim Noah, they can contend for a title this season.
Right, staying healthy, the operative word, especially over the last season. Nick Friedel, thank you so much. He's with ESPNChicago.com, and for more NBA coverage, definitely stay with us here at ESPN.com.